Sin City. Saturday night. Fight night. Any given weekend, this place is the entertainment capital of the world. When combat sports shines brightest on the Las Vegas Strip. Boxing and mixed martial arts need some new voices. And Franchise Sports Media got them for you. Join Kalani Lua and Griff and Kemp each week as they bring you news and hot takes from inside the octagon and the ring. Get your popcorn ready. It's showtime. FSM's main event starts right now.
What's going on, fight fans? Thank you guys for tuning in to another edition of the main event right here on Franchise Sports Media. I'm Kalani Lua.
I'm Griff and Kemp.
Griff. Like the song says, I'm going to Miami for UFC 287 South Beach. Let's go!
Ooh, it's going down, baby. Let's go.
Middleweight championship on the line. Former champion Israel Adesanya looking to get his belt back against truly, and we really do mean this, his arch nemesis,
the demon,
his rival, his thorn in his side, the bane of his existence, Alex Pereira. What are your thoughts on this matchup between two rivals?
I mean, after this fight, and if this fight is a banger the way I think it's gonna be, we have to chop this rivalry down as maybe one of the best in MMA, one of the best in combat sports. I've never seen a man hate on his rival the way Alex Pereira hates on Izzy, all right? He beats him in the kickboxing world. He comes over and gets his belt in UFC. He has his belt, and Izzy puts out his little clips of him previewing fights and watching fights on the YouTube. Great, you know, he's a businessman. He's doing what he's got to do.
Yeah, I mean, you got to look for life after fighting.
Exactly. But then you got Alex Pereira putting a video of himself watching Izzy's review of UFC 286. I mean, and the man is just, that shows Izzy's stuffed animal, you know, all the toys. He likes his little trinkets. And and Pereira just looks at the camera and goes, ugh, he's sick. I mean, this man is on a different level of hating, and it's just got to be respected.
You know, Griff, I tell you, man, these two, look, first off, I know I said rival. Is it really a rivalry if you've never beat me? Is it really? Now, granted, Izzy's been close. Like, in those kickboxing matches, he was up on some of the scorecards, but then he got knocked out in one. Taking him on in UFC in New York, he was up. He almost knocked him out in the first round.
Almost had him. It was.
But then he had the Rocky moment, like Leon Edwards did, going into the fifth round. You're gonna eat lightning. You're gonna crop thunder. You gotta run through him. You're trained. And Pereira went in there and knocked him out TKO. For Izzy, you gotta wonder, what's the mindset here? You're so close so many times on beating this guy, yet you can't finish it. It's one of those things you gotta wonder from the mental standpoint, how's it affecting him? Is it going to bother him if it gets past the second or third rounds? The doubt gonna start creeping in there. Remember, the calf kicks that Pereira was throwing in the first fight, that slowed Izzy down, and he even admitted afterwards, that stopped me on what I wanted to do going forward. But the fact that Izzy almost finished him in the first round, Bell saved him.
Yes, it did.
I mean, dude, we're seeing videos of Pereira fighting heavyweight.
Got videos of Pereira coming out here looking like Chucky Liddell. He put a picture of the mohawk and the stash.
Now, you know me, Griff. I like to use imagination, and I like to just say, man, if I could be in the, one of the things I would have did, especially if I was in UFC. Remember in the movie Kickboxing, Jean-Claude Van Damme. That's not on your list of movies.
Seen it, aware of it.
Remember the scene where they first went overseas to Thailand and Tom Ho was kicking the stills? I would have had Alex Pereira doing that, and I would have had somebody from Izzy's camp look in there, Perez, hi-ya, and they go, like, that's promotional setup. And like you said, he's got the tomahawk going, he got the big facial hair going. I would have had that going on. That leads into Izzy and they're trying to get, man, I'm sorry. I'm a little giggy right now because this is such a good fight. This is one of those where you don't know where it's going to go. Pereira, already short time in the UFC, has shown that he's one of the most deadly strikers and one of the most feared guys in there. But the way he is, Griff, it's not going to be long before he moves up to 205. And I heard that he may try to move up to heavyweight.
Man, old stone hands, all right? It's just ridiculous. He came out on the scene out of nowhere. Nobody saw this man coming, all right? Except
two people did.
Two people.
Dana White and Izzy. Izzy even said, I see who y'all just signed over here. Let's go.
Yes, exactly. For Izzy, I mean, I really hope he can get this done. And Izzy, and we saw the mindset with him when he fought Kevin Gastelum. He said, "You can't beat me. I'm prepared to die."
prepared to die.
Which then Alex Pereira in their fight, you can see
damn near almost did.
he said, "I'm ready to kill."
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my, everything is so just gives you the goosebumps about these two guys.
It really does.
But for Izzy, he's got to come out and he's got to it's almost like he has to change his whole game plan because the way Izzy has been fighting his whole run at middleweight, not one guy on the roster at middleweight could solve him. All right, he went to 205, but we're not going to count. It's whatever. He has a whole different weight class.
Taking down the line in that fight too. It's not like Blanche dominated him in the stand-up. He got taken down a lot.
He just got taken down. Yeah, but at middleweight, nobody could figure him out. You had a lot of great wrestlers, great grapplers in middleweight, great strikers, but they couldn't figure it out. Then this guy, then Alex Pereira just comes out of nowhere, gets that bow and arrow, and puts it right in goddamn Izzy's chest, takes his belt. All right, so now Izzy, it's like, do you change the game plan? Is doing the kickbox, is sticking with your kickboxing and striking gonna hurt you because this guy comes from the same realm and honestly, look at the record, he might be better at it than you.
Possibly, yeah. He's got the power. So having the power definitely will help you. From a more technical standpoint, I would say Izzy's maybe a better technical fighter, but power-wise, clearly is for Alex Pereira. But we're seeing videos of Izzy, he's paying a little bit more attention to wrestling. Saw some videos where he's taking guys down. Now, granted, it may not be the best, but here's the thing. I gotta find a way to throw you off. I gotta find a way to get you thinking. If I just get you thinking about it, tapping your leg, do a couple dives in, maybe even get you for a takedown or two. Now you're worried about it. Remember how Leon Edwards came out against Kamal Usman in their second fight over in the UK?
Yeah.
He's throwing kicks.
Right.
Why? He wants, in Usman's mind, I want you to know this kick is here. So drop your hand and lean to the right if you want to, like you normally do. I'm gonna catch you again. And that at times stifled Usman early on in their fight from being as aggressive as maybe he wanted to be. If Izzy can come out there and assert that, hey, Pereira, you're a tall dude, 6'4", 6'5", you stand up tall. Those legs are right there for the taking. If I get you down a couple times, and even if I just take you down, bam, bam, and get up. Take you down, 1-2 hit, get up. Now you gotta think, oh, wait a minute, can I be too aggressive? Because now he might dip underneath and take me down under my strikes.
Yeah.
Now, granted, Pereira, I don't know what his level in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is. He's Brazilian, so I'd imagine he's a gold belt. Knowing those guys, they've been doing it since they were 3 months in the room. But nonetheless, if I get you thinking about it, I throw some kicks in there, throw some jabs and combos in there, maybe I get you wondering. Plus, this your first title fight, dog.
This is his first time.
You no longer the hunter, you the hunted. How do you respond? Big stage. You're in the red corner now. You're the last name mentioned. You come out second. How do you respond, Griff?
Oh man, it's gonna be so weird to see Izzy go in there and see him actually attempt a full-on takedown, a double leg.
I'm gonna cheer. I'm gonna stand up and start cheering if he gets a takedown.
I'm gonna be screaming, boy. I think if I'm Izzy Adesanya, I think I was saying this to you when we were going up into that first fight. It's almost a mental thing with him because this guy has your number. This guy has been there he's been your boogeyman for so long through your whole career. So that's the key. Is this going to be a problem with your mental game where you can't just get over it? You get maybe sloppy, and then instead of getting finished in the very last minute of the last round, what if he comes in here, he tries to change his game plan, and all of a sudden he's a worse fighter and he gets finished in like the third or the second? It's just, can Izzy Adesanya pull deep inside him? I want that Kevin Gastelum Izzy. I want that I'm prepared to die for this Izzy. I want to see that man go into that cage, and if he can beat Pereira, whoo, that's a big accomplishment for Izzy.
It's going to be a tremendous feather in his cap, and it's going to be very good for his legacy and resume. And also, just to get that monkey off his back. The one guy he has not been able to beat. I fought multiple times, and I still can't figure it out. Really quick and good for you before we move on to the co-main event. Who do you like in this matchup? You got to pick a side.
I know.
Oh.
I'm going to go. Israel Adesanya regains the belt. Third round KO.
Ooh,
Third round KO, baby.
I love it. Because I'm taking Israel Adesanya too.
Yes, sir.
Too. By decision.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Look, there's nothing against Alex Pereira. Just love Izzy. I'm not afraid to admit it. I just love Izzy.
I hope he gets.
I think Pereira will be great. I have no doubt he's going to have other big matches going forward, especially if he wants to move up to heavyweight and take on a certain champion out there right now.
That's gonna be dirty. That's gonna be dirty.
It's gonna be dirty for him because guess what? You're going down, son. But nonetheless, we'll talk about that later if it happens.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about the co-main event, Griff.
Let's do it.
Gilbert Burns taking on Jorge Gamebred Masvidal in the welterweight division. Winner of this that much closer to a welterweight title fight, even though both have had one shots at Kamaru Usman and failed. We got a new champion now, which means it all starts all over again. What are your thoughts on Burns versus Gamebred?
Well, I mean, we got all this drama with freaking Colby Covington and Dana White being so absolutely just being ridiculous with it, saying no matter what, even with this fight, Colby's getting the next shot. These two guys, I mean, the whole welterweight division's weird. It doesn't seem like anybody has a real absolute claim. I mean, some people can argue Muhammad might have a better,
hasn't lost in 5 years.
Hasn't lost one. He might have the best one, but they're not obviously giving him that. So now they're looking at this fight. Masvidal versus Gilbert Burns. I said when this fight got announced that I thought this was Dana White and the UFC kind of showing Masvidal the door, saying, we're giving you a stone cold killer in Gilbert Burns.
You did say that.
And if you cannot beat him, that's probably it. And Masvidal's even come out recently and he said, if I lose in this fight, that's probably it for me. I'm probably retiring, gonna go and do my promotion. Gamebred, Gamebred Promotions?
Gamebred Promotions. He put on his first boxing event this past weekend. Yeah, he's doing good for Jocko Wright, Anthony Pettis beat Roy Jones Jr. Hey man, go for it.
I love it. It's his roots. He's going back where how he started fighting in the backyards and getting his start, and that's what he's doing for other fighters. Good for him. But you can tell he wants to still see if he can go and get that belt. He knows Leon Edwards is a champion now. That is a golden opportunity for him if he can somehow get past Burns. But Burns is no joke, and I just don't think he's got it. I don't think Masvidal can get past this man. Do you disagree?
I don't know if I disagree. It's tough because Gilbert Burns, we know, is an assassin. We know this. Jorge Masvidal is a straight up dog, though.
He's a dog.
Straight up dog. And yes, he stumbled, but let's look at it. The guys he stumbled against: Kamaru Usman on 6 days' notice. Then Kamaru Usman in a full training camp, who caught me with a right hook a right that no one saw coming. And then Colby Covington, who Dana White has said, if Kamaru Usman didn't exist, Colby Covington would be the long ring champion. So I've only lost to the top dudes. I'm not getting smoked by the guy who's 11th or not ranked. I'm getting smoked. I lost to the guys initially. And when he lost to Colby, one could say he was too emotional in that fight. We've seen big rivalry matchups where someone comes in too emotional and they're just flat. We've seen that before, Griff. So I don't know. Gilbert Burns, we saw against Hamzat. He knows how to face adversity. He knows how to overcome it. Size is different, power difference, grappling difference. It does not matter. This dude is a dog. My only question is both times he's had a big stage fight, Hamzat and Kamaru Usman, what was the result?
I mean,
lost.
Come on now, Gilbert Burns. You and I watched that fight together when he fought Hamzat. That boy was going to war.
Oh, it was war
with that boogeyman of a fighter in Hamzat.
And you could make the argument that maybe Gilbert Burns won.
Good. You really could
make the argument. But we've seen Jorge on the big stage at times, main event, co-main event, big fight, and he's won. We've yet to see that from Burns, even though the two losses were against the champion and the wolf himself. This is going to be a terrific matchup. As I always say, who's going to inflict their will more? Both guys can stand and bang. Jorge, not really a grappler, though.
Burns got better.
Is a beast. If they go to the ground.
Oh, yeah.
Will Burns look to take it to the ground? Or will he try to stand and bang with Jorge like he did with Hamzat? I don't know.
I mean, if you're Gilbert Burns and you're in a division where Dana White's giving the title shot to Colby Covington, in your mind, even though you've heard what Dana said, don't you kind of feel like, man, if I just go out here and I finish Jorge Masvidal in one round the way he did in his last fight, that's got to help his argument just a little bit. Get the fans even more angry. Like, look what Gilbert Burns just did to Masvidal. First round finish.
I honestly think unless it's something like how Masvidal finished Ben Askren with the running across the cage flying knee, if it's not that, I don't think so, because Burns is not, like, even though he's in the top 5, doesn't it feel like he's a good distance away from the title? Doesn't it feel like, he's up there, but that gap just seems like a Usain Bolt race. Like, you're not even close. This dude's looking back smiling at you. But I think Jorge Masvidal, if he got a highlight reel finish, I think the story between him and Leon Edwards, the 3-piece in a soda that they had backstage, it's in the UK, that rivalry, Gamebred's still a big name. You're squeezing the last little bit of juice out of him that you can before it's over. I definitely think this is a way to tell Jorge, you need to come out here and you need to do something. I need to see the Jorge that fought for the BMF title against Ned Diaz. I need to see the Jorge that fought Ben Askren, that fought Darren Till, that fought Cowboy Cerrone. I need to see that one. If I see the Jorge that I've seen the last 2 or 3 outings, you're not getting it. If I see the other Jorge, now we're talking. Now we can go ahead and make lemonade.
All right.
We'll see. I like it. What do you like in this matchup? I'll go first since you went on the last one.
Go ahead.
Gilbert Burns, Jorge Masvidal. I'm going Jorge Masvidal for this one. Why? because I want to see Jorge and Leon Edwards in the UK this summer. I'll be honest, that's the only reason. That's the main reason I'm going for Jorge.
That's a beautiful dream, and God damn it, I would love to see it too. But I gotta be honest, I just can't see this going any other way. Gilbert Burns, honestly, he gets the win in the, I'm gonna say the third round via submission.
Okay, I like it. UFC 287 this Saturday from Miami, Florida. We also got Rob Font versus Adrian Yanez. We got Kevin Holland taking on Santino Ponzinibbio. And we also got the young upstart at bantamweight, Raul Rosas Jr. taking on Christian Rodriguez. 7-0 versus A1, two young prospects on the rise. Folks, it is going to be a banger this Saturday. Be sure to check out UFC 287 and come back to Franchise Sports Media to check out the main event for more in combat sports. I'm Kalani Lua.
I'm Griff and Kalani.
Till next time, fight fans.
Peace.